Like, who would be here for her if I either die or go to prison?
Correct.
She need me right now. So if she's gonna be my saving grace from that day, from the time that I had got word that I was, pregnant with her, then she's gonna be my saving grace to the end of time for me. So that's why I tell people, y'all better thank heaven. And not that heaven, thank my heaven.
Correct.
Because I still mess some stuff up, So I just thank God for change. I thank God for life. Again, I love life, so that's why I get emotional. I get emotional. Because sometimes I sit and I think and I wonder, like, where would I be if she wasn't here or
Correct.
she wasn't born? Like, would I still be out here doing drugs? Would I be dead? Would I be in prison? I think about that often. But to look up and see her smile, I'll take that any day. Any day. So nothing or nobody can mess with that. So they better thank heaven.
And I know your daughter and your sons, I know they're really proud of their mother. And what you're doing today, and you know what I'm saying, where you came from, where you are right now, it's truly a blessing. And all you can do is just keep trusting and believing in God, and God He opens doors.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is be patient and obedient.
Oh, yeah. And with the door, for me, I had to rebuild a door. Because I had kicked my door down when I chose to do drugs and alcohol.
Correct.
So I had to rebuild my door just so I could have the opportunity to be able to tell my story, if that makes sense. Because when I kicked my door down, I kicked it in, it was for the world to see I was up to no good.
Correct.
So I just had to get the courage in me to rebuild my door so I can give the opportunity of my story to someone to help someone else. And I thank God for, for my courage in that and wanting to be, a help to someone else. And then too, before I started getting clean, I was always wanting to help people. Even in my mess, I was wanting to help people. So it was like I had this plan to, be into the medical field. I wanted to be a physical therapist, or either somewhere like medical assisting or something in that nature. But I ended up doing drugs and alcohol instead. So it still was there, but I just sort of messed that little way up. So anyway, in the midst of my mess, I would still help out people. And either by doing home health care or, it was something.
Okay.
So after I finished with the drugs and alcohol and everything, getting myself clean together, living life on life terms, I went back to school and I got my medical coding and billing certificate. So now I'm a medical billing and coder. And with that being said, it's coming together with the plan that I came up with 7, 8 years ago once I started getting clean in 2007. I have 12 years clean, August 14th this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 7 years ago, I came up with this plan wanting to help my kings and queens that are pretty much coming off of drugs and getting themselves together. And I wanted to come up with the one-stop shop.
Okay.
And that also implements what's going on with the homeless and unemployed today.
Correct.
So it's all pretty much coming together. So why God got me on this journey, I guess, for a time such as this, because it all goes together. Everybody have, their own situations. And homelessness comes from different levels and different situations. Not just from being on drugs, not just from being alcoholics. You can be homeless because, for me, for instance, I had an accident.
Correct.
And I lost everything. So that put me in homeless status, correct? So you just have to be mindful of, your homelessness. So I want to be able to bring that pretty much attention, to people, because everybody think homeless people are like alcoholics and drug addicts. That's not true. some people are homeless because of life situations.
Correct.
My life situation was pretty much uncontrollable. I couldn't stop the man from hitting my car. You know, I had 2 days to live, and it pretty much set me back a little bit. But then again, it didn't. It sort of opened doors for other avenues for me to, you know, maneuver down.
Correct.
Because I do have a purpose. And God has, you know, made fit for me to still be here to give this purpose or to serve this purpose, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because during my accident, I was given 2 days to live. My left side was totally paralyzed. I had a hole in my kidney. I had staples from the front of my forehead to middle ways of my head. My brain bled up under my skull for months. And then there's other little complications. So with that being said, how can you just bounce back from something like that and like not be homeless? Like, so I'm starting completely over. So right now I'm homeless. You know what I mean? I'm not homeless, but I stay with someone, so it's not mine, it's theirs.
Correct.
I'm just there. I'm homeless. It's still a form of homelessness. But I don't want to get too much on that. But back to my book, I just want to be able to share my story and hopefully be able to inspire and encourage, you know, the next addict, that there is, you know, a destination, but they have to want it. They can want, your people can want it for you. Anybody can want it for you, but if you don't want it for yourself, it's not going to happen. You have to want it. And granted, the addiction is like really something to go through and to come from. So anybody that comes from it, you know, is awesome. And anybody that's trying to come from it, you know, it's even awesome too. You know, it's really hard. And when people understand that it's a disease and it's not the person, you know, I think we'll be better off as a people, far as knowing, you know what I'm saying, what an addict is or what a drug addict or alcoholic is. Because it's not that simple. You know, people say, just stop. You can't. You can't just stop. It's not that easy. But I think people need to get, you know, their own knowledge and understanding of really, you know, of the addiction era or the addiction world.
Correct.
That way they'll know pretty much how it you know, somewhat would be, you know, if it was them in their shoes, or if there was, you know, the shoes on their feet, however. But it's a trying thing. And I just thank God that I'm here to share my story and to, you know, try to help someone else to get clean.
I think a lot of people, they probably don't understand that people don't like living a lifestyle of addiction. It is a disease, and it's like, you know, it's like the drug is making them do things that they normally don't do. You know, and until they decide that they want to stop using, they will always stay in that lifestyle. That's how much of a hold that drug has on them. It really does. There's a lot of people that make it out, but a lot of people that don't. So there's people, you know, that died, and it doesn't matter whether you're, you know, you have entertainers, you have famous people that die because of this disease of addiction. And they have money. It seems like the more money they have, the more problems they have with that addiction. So it's not a fun thing to go through, and it's only through God that we get out of that and we are able to enjoy life again. You know, and I applaud you for the things that you're doing in your life right now, you know, because a lot of people give up. And that's one thing that I couldn't do, was give up, because I know I have a purpose. And for me, love was just my foundation. I'm a very, very lovable person. I love hard. I'm overprotective a lot.
you know, with my friends and my family. But it's just, I guess, the love that I have in me, and I just couldn't give up on myself in that situation. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I'm sitting here on your couch, on your stage, like, because I would never think, you know what I'm saying, 12 years ago I'd be here. You know what I mean? 12 years ago I was looking at 7 to 10 years for stabbing somebody. So, yeah, I would have never thought today I'd be sitting here beside you telling my story, you know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Sometimes I have to step back and pinch myself, you know what I mean? For real, like, you did that, girl. I did it. I did it because I was living a life worth nothing, for real. Like, and it was to the point to where I was so ashamed. I didn't want to be around none of my family or anybody that I knew or anything like that. Anything like that. It was I was ashamed. I really was. I was ashamed of everything. So in order to free myself too, I had to be able to tell my truth. And I felt a lot of times I wasn't telling my truth when I was telling my story, when I was getting clean, because of the facilities we would go and I would speak, it would always be in church. So out of the respect for the church and the church people, I was sugarcoating my stories or I was watering it down. So I felt like I couldn't get my whole story out there, so that's why I put it in a book. And, you know, like I was telling you before, I had 3 people to turn me down, 3 publishing companies. I had Miss Lisa to, excuse me, to really work with me with this project, and I greatly appreciate her. And she let me keep everything the same, you know, and, you know, get my story out. So, and I feel free today. And that's awesome.
Correct.
Because right at this point, I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care what nobody say about me. I don't care. Because I live for me. As long as I'm okay with me and I'm happy with me, and God is happy with me, I'm good. We good.
Alicia, we're running out of time. If someone wanted to get in contact with you, how would they go about doing that?
I do have a website. I have a back page, and I'm also on Amazon. I just got on Amazon in September of last year.
Okay.
So, but I can get you all that information so you can, if you can, you know, put that up for me. I don't have any cards or anything on me right now, but I'm looking to get all that too. So everything is new to me, but I get you all the information so people can, you know, reach out for speaking events, other interviews, and so to get the book off my back page or off of Amazon.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Alicia for coming on the show and look forward for you to coming back telling us some more about your book and about Alicia herself.
I'm ready.
All right.
And when I come back, it'll be great.
Hey, it was great now, you know what I'm saying, because of what you're doing. You know, I mean, thank you for watching the show, ladies and gentlemen, and you be encouraged.
Thank you.